Welcome back to the studio. We are doing something completely new. I'm taking my Hellboy sculpture that I did I think last year. I'm going to sculpt it out of wood. This is a wood block that I chainsawed out from a wooden log, and I took some measurements, rudimentary measurements of what the height and the width is, and those are the calipers I'm using. They're just my sculpture calipers, and I'm making notes and drawing in where the nose is, where the mouth is, where the horns are, and I'm slowly removing. Now, one thing I learned is that in the beginning, you don't want to use hand tools. So I did fast forward and use some power tools to get rid of some of the larger shapes. And then I used these hand tools to slowly carve in. But I'm still learning how to do this. So this is all new for me. Even the way I rest the wood on the table is something that I'm learning because it makes a lot of vibration, and there is a direction to the way you cut the wood. You don't want it to split, you want it to cut evenly. And I'm already starting to see the big downside of buying Chinese tools from eBay. The tools that you should probably think about getting are Pathale. They are Swiss made and they're extremely durable, but they cost about $50 per one tool. I bought all my tools for about $18. So at this point, I am making details slowly, and you might not see it, but I am taking my calipers, taking measurements directly from the plaster cast, and then bringing it back to the sculpture. And I think my favorite tool is a rounded scoop tool that I can use to make convex curves. I think also one of the things I am struggling with is I don't want to take away too much of the wood because I'm afraid of making a huge mistake. Here in the horns, I'm going to add some detail. That's the tool I really like using. It makes a rounded shape. And also, when you hit it with a mallet and you keep hitting it, it actually creates these rings. It's pressuring the wood, and then it creates these little lines, which I kind of like. One thing I don't like is the use of power tools like a Dremel. I have used the Dremel before to round edges, but I prefer the roughness of the chisel. I haven't really used a rasp to round the forms because at this point I am just really trying to learn how to do things. Now might seem kind of strange. I am painting it white and then I'm going to let it dry. The reason for that is that when you paint it white, you can see the values a whole lot better in the wood. And this does create a little bit of the wetness, so you should paint this and then let it dry overnight before you start working on it. But you can see right away, it creates a different effect. I'm not trying to hide the wood, but I am trying to see the values just a little bit better. I think my goal is that I will eventually sculpt and finish this enough that I remove all the white. Even if some of the white is seen underneath, I believe it's going to look pretty nice. And here is the dried Hellboy. And now I'm thinking about creating the full head. But because I have a split in the wood, I haven't decided really if I'm going to do a wooden mask or simply the entire head and shoulders. But I think I am going to make it more of a mask because that split in the wood could possibly break the entire sculpture. So the beauty is that I can put it flat and then put it vertically and it keeps all the shape. So that's so far what I have of the sculpture, guys. This creates a huge mess in your studio, so I am doing it in my garage. That's why it's taking so long to do. But I will post another video with the finished process of this, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.